I imagined a group of people sitting around in chairs looking at me, and that I had to convince them. And it would change my readings. And then we'd leave the recorder open, and I would try to do the same dialogue, but completely different.
I gotta say, I've loved Sweet Tooth since it launched, and your work as the narrator really brings this nice little dark comedy element to the whole thing.
Comedy. Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
but as someone who's enjoyed your work for quite a while now, I find it so interesting that between Sweet Tooth and last year's Lightyear, that this is really some of your first big dives into the world of voiceover work. What has it been like to you?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I had a voice agent who I did what I thought were some good samples, and nothing ever happened for a couple of years. Of course, I was busy with Life in Pieces during that time, but this was in the last 7, 8 years. So Sweet Tooth was a thing where Downey said, you're the guy we hear in our ear, and I have no other choice. So I ended up with it. And because of that, it sort of parlayed into Lightyear, So now I don't know if I'm going to be back to that. It's too bad that movie didn't. It was so grown up. It wasn't a Toy Story for kids, really, was it?
No.
Yeah. So will there be more, or will I be back? I don't know. And will I ever do any vocal stuff again? Who knows?
I mean, I'd certainly like to see more of it. I know that both with Lightyear and your voiceover work, you've done a phenomenal job so far. And with Sweet Tooth in particular, I love how season 2, the narrator almost gets to become even more of his own character as he's, observing all of the darker events that happen in this story.
Yeah.
What was it like for you when you got the scripts, and what kind of, direction were you given when you went into the booth to record?
Guess what? I was never allowed to read a script or a breakdown. I would get the lines I was doing the night before and print them out and get to look at them the night before. And then either during COVID, they sent me a recording studio on a tripod that opened up with a screen and earphones. I'm talking to the sound guys at Warner Brothers. And then pretty much the last of the first year and this year I've driven down to Warner Brothers to do it, and I mean, sometimes I knock it out in 40 minutes. A long session is 2 hours. So, and I leave kind of learning on screen with the dialogue also blasted on screen and on a paper on a stand and 3 microphones. I'm learning as I'm doing it, which is not unusual. After years in this business, you kind of get used to winging it sometimes. But I'm surprised that they always had me wing it, and they would not tell me where it was going and what I was doing. They would show me what I was talking about, but just that 20-second clip. I'm the wrong guy to ask.
Well, in that case, then, I mean, what has it been like for you to find sort of the soul of, of your voice for this narration role, even when you're presented with so little to go off of?
It was funny. I was thinking about that exact thing the last time I was there. And I imagined a group of people sitting around in chairs looking at me, and that I had to convince them. And it would change my readings. And then we'd leave the recorder open, and I would try to do the same dialogue, but completely different. And I might do it 5, 6, 7 different inflections on each sentence, and that way later on the director, the sound guy could say, boy, that's that one, that hits it right on, and it's up to them. And I have see, it's awful when an actor is a director too, because I have gone, oh, they picked the wrong one. That's my problem.
It sounds like quite the unique creative experience for you. And I see I'm getting the rap signal. So I will just go ahead and say that I hope you get to do more of it, whether it's on this show or any other project in the future. And thank you so much for taking the time to chat. It's been an absolute honor.
Great. You too. Look forward to the next time.
Absolutely. Have a good rest of your week.